So this last part to the tutorial is going to go over how do you give it a uniform color to the whole piece using images from multiple light sources and places. And we're going to use two different layer adjustments. One's called channel mixer and one's called curves. So in Photoshop, I have all of my pictures in and my images compiled together. So the last thing is this color piece. So on my layers panel with the snow, the top layer selected, I'm going to go down to this circle and it's half white, half black, and it's called create new fill or adjustment layer. When I click on this, it's going to give me a menu that allows me to sort of add a layer that will change the brightness and contrast of my picture, that will change colors, make it black and white, and give us some selections. We're going to start with channel mixer, and it will pop up in your properties panel. I'm just going to pull this over so that you can see it better. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the output channel, and we're going to start with red, and we're going to make some changes to it, which will change the colors in our picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with red, and we're going to start with what they have. So 72, 8, 40 something. So I'm going to just move these around. 40, 70 something, around 18, around 40. But as you can see, it's playing with the different tones with red, green, and blue. I'm going to change it to green. And for green, we're going to do 14, 68, 18, 14, 68, 14, and just sort of see those changes. And you can, tweak them yourself so you don't have to do the exact numbers that they're doing, but I just am showing you what they initially set them to. For blue, 20, 20, 50. And change it to blue, 20, 20, and 50. And that's sort of the look and the tones that it gives you. It sort of desaturated it a little bit and sort of gave it sort of a little bit of a mood. The other one we're going to try is curves. And curves is another layer adjustment. And again, we can play around with just certain colors, like the reds, the greens, and the blues again. And we're going to play around with colors with this. So we'll go back down to that layer adjustment button on the bottom of our layer panel. And we're going to choose curves. And here's the property. So for red, we're going to make it a little bit of an S curve. So we're going to brighten it a little bit, darken it a little bit, give it a little contrast. The green, I believe they sort of just bumped down. And then the blue, they clicked, made a couple points and sort of played around with that. So that's kind of what it would look like. And again, you can sort of play around with this on your own with colors and such. When you're done, though, what you're going to do is you are going to now have to save it. And you're going to save it as both a PSD file, a working file with all your layers, and as a JPEG that you will have to submit to Google Classroom. So File, Save As. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to change it from house to your first G in your grade, and house for the project. And I'm leaving it at the PSD. And then I'm going to go back to File, Save As. And this time, instead of a PSD file, you're going to change it to a JPEG. And click Save. And click OK. And now you can go ahead and submit this to